It's been about 2 years since its release and I'm barely watching it now. Have I been missing out or is this show overrated? Let's take a crack at it here on Movies in a This is a nutshell.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Melee Mob to see all our movie news, reviews, and so much more.
Hello everyone and welcome to Movie Melee. I am your host, Detective Artimus, and yes, Daddy's home. Having a kid is great. I love every second of it.
No! Sleep till Brooklyn! No! Sleep till Brooklyn!
Normally you guys see me on Movies in a Nutshell, but today I'm going to be kind of giving my quick thoughts on the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things in a nutshell. But before we go on, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button because I know it and you know it. You really want to like this. Please, I got kids, man. This show borrows lots of concepts from movies like It, Goonies, E.T., Super 8, Firestarter, and more. But that's okay because this show still has its own identity with likable and interesting characters, so it's totally fine. Sometimes you gotta take the good, take the bad, and there you have the facts of life. Rip Mrs. Garrett. I really like the 80s style John Carpenter synth soundtrack that this is going for. It reminds me a lot of like Assault on Precinct 13 or even James Cameron's Terminator. It's really cool and it gives the show its dark, cool, ominous vibe. Kind of like yours truly, right? Also, please, try to bear with me. It is fucking hot here. I hate summer, so I'm dying. I'm melting. So the first season beautifully sets up the characters in the world by making them as nerdy as possible and having the setting in the ever so trendy 80s nostalgia. Which is okay because some of the best things are from the 80s, like yours truly. Right. Now I'm probably in the minority here, but my least favorite characters are Eleven and Dustin. I don't know what it is. I don't connect with them. They kind of come off as annoying at times. Actually, I really don't care for most of the characters except for Jonathan, Nancy, and Sheriff Hopper, who is easily the best character in this entire season. Love that guy. He's badass. His mysterious, tragic background just makes him all the more relatable. Kind of almost like a Han Solo cynic type of person. You connect like that. He's a good guy. I fucking hated Steve. I thought he was the biggest douche in the entire world. But then he ended up having a face turn and becoming like my favorite character in the entire show. He owned up to his asshole antics when Jonathan beat some sense into him. And after that, ever since then, he's been a really cool guy. He's just so likable. The main driving points of the season were finding Will, killing the Demogorgon, and learning about Levin's past. It was simple, easy to follow, and interesting. The pacing of each episode was great, and it did not feel like it was over 45 minutes. When every episode finished, I was left wanting more like a crackhead. It was great. Burned through that. Oh, it's good. The ending of the season is good because it wraps up all the plot lines and subplot lines nicely. We learn why Hopper is all cynical and jaded. It's because his daughter had cancer and it kind of fucked him up. I'd get fucked up too. It's really relatable and it just makes them all the cooler, man. We also see characters like Jonathan and Nancy having their own arc and becoming badass. And even Eleven has a couple of awesome moments too, where she flips the truck and then she kills all those dudes at once, and her sacrifice to Demogorgon. Okay, Eleven, you're starting to get better. I'm starting to like you a little bit more. At least you're not like fucking Rey from The Force Awakens and shit, where we have to like you because, just because you're a girl. It has to be organic. Let me like you just because you're an interesting person, not because I'm supposed to like you. Oh my god, who is Snoke? I have not forgotten. And so that's pretty much it for the first season. No real complaints here, except for the kids. I didn't like them that much. They kind of just, I get they're supposed to be lovable and all that stuff, but they kind of just got in the way most of the time. And I'm like, all right, kids, let the adults work here and go play D&D. That's fine. We really don't need you. And do shit. Mostly. But aside from that, an excellent first season, and I definitely want more, and I cannot wait to see season 2. And well, let's get into that. Picking up about a year after season 1, we are introduced to brand new characters who, to me, I think are kind of pointless. Now, aside from driving them to the tunnel hub, Max didn't really do anything besides kind of be a Yoko of the group. What else did she really do? I don't know. She's kind of annoying. Why do we even have kids in this show if they're not gonna do anything? Billy pretty much replaced Steve as a town asshole, and damn, he did a great job. But just like his stepsister Max, he really didn't do much else, except he might be banging Mike's mom and becoming his new stepdad. That'd be hilarious. And then at the end of the season where he was fighting Steve in the house, oh, that was so cool. I really thought Steve was gonna beat him up because, I love Steve, but then fucking Billy just starts laughing when he's getting the shit punched out of him like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I'm like, oh god, this guy's crazy. He's probably doing coke, and Steve's gonna get his ass kicked. Which reminds me, Steve got his ass kicked twice the same exact way by 2 different people. He's not good at winning fights, but I'm still rooting for him. Go underdogs. So hopefully him and Max have a bigger and better role in the next season, because if not, The fuck are they even doing here? Also, what was the point of 8? I mean, I get that she helped 11 tap into her powers by using her anger, but I feel like 11 could have did that all on her own without 8. I mean, all I really wanted to see was 8 fight 11 in a really cool showdown like a bad math problem. But no, all we get was one boring ass episode with some fake ass X-Men. Haha. Thank you, K-Reptar, for that. So again, I hope that she has a bigger and better role in the next season, because if not, what the fuck's the point? And Bob. Oh my damn god. Bob was easily the best character this entire season. I mean, sure, I had my doubts about him because he just seemed way too perfect. I was like, this guy is up to something, or he's working for like a rival lab company to like spy on Joyce. But no, he was genuinely a nice guy and he wanted to help. And damn, he had like the saddest death in the entire show. I don't care what you say, that shit was sad. I miss you, Bob. I also liked his Goonies reference when he was like, what are you guys looking for, pirate treasure? Haha, wink wink. I didn't trust Owens as well in the beginning because he was the bad guy in Aliens and he betrayed everybody. So naturally, I had my trust issues. But then when I found out that he actually cared about helping Will, I was like, all right, fine, this guy is okay. And then towards the end when he was actually helping him trying to escape, I was like, oh man, this guy's cool, all right. I like him now. Although, why did he live and Bob have to die? I miss you, Bob. Please come back. My main problem here is that, again, throughout the whole season, they're trying to save Will. He does nothing again except for be a spy for the Mind Flayer and tell the group to close the gate. That's it. For like the most of the time, he's just out. Easiest paycheck ever for an actor. Can I be Will next season? I don't mind sleeping. He is easily the least interesting, most underdeveloped character in the entire show. I know nothing about him except for the fact that he likes to clash. And that's it. We don't need him. Just die. How is he still alive, but Bob is dead? What the hell? I'm never gonna get over this Stranger Things. Bring me back Bob. The kids did a little bit more this time, but ultimately, they just got in the way again. Like when they got to the lab with the demo dogs, like what were they gonna do, really? Wrist rocket, cool, they were gonna die. I wouldn't mind at all, really don't need them. I gotta say though, I did like the older, younger brother relationship that Steve and Dustin developed. That was actually pretty heartwarming, and I kinda like Dustin a little bit more now. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Only because Steve is the most likable guy in the world. This season had a lot going on, like the whole 8 storyline, the introduction of Billy and Max, who are they and why should we care? Hopper and 11 developing a father-daughter relationship. I mean, like, I get that they wanted to expand the world, but at times it just felt like it was all over the place and even kind of boring. By no means was this a bad season, but it was definitely a step back from season 1. And I'm still very much excited to see season 3. Hopefully the Mind Flayer actually does something this time instead of just kind of like control Will again. Maybe he'll use Billy as a new host and make him like a fucking even more powerful villain, because Billy, he has potential to be a really, really good villain and they have not tapped into it yet. I'm excited to see where it goes with him. Also, I love the Metallica soundtrack. By the way, the Upside Down world, it looks pretty cool, but it reminds me of Silent Hill and the Twilight Realm from Zelda. But again, it's not a big deal. It still looks cool. Pretty creepy as hell. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Obviously, there's so much to talk about between both seasons. I really don't have enough time. I just wanted to talk about the things that stuck out to me, things I liked, things I hated. So it was a quick overview for the most part. So do you guys agree with me? And what do you want to see in season 3? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artimus, and we miss you, Bob. We will always miss you, Bob. Goonies never say die. Except for this time, they kind of did.